Have you ever felt like you want to make a big change in your life, but every time you try, you just fail? You set these huge goals, like, I'm going to work out every day, or I'm going to read an hour every night. And then after 3 days, poof, gone. Sound familiar? Today, I'm going to tell you why this happens and how tiny habits can sneakily change your life. And why that's more powerful than trying to be a superhero. Stay with me. This is going to be fun. And I promise, by the end of this video, you'll have a whole new way of looking at change. Here's the thing. We humans, we love dreaming big. We want to lose 10 kilos in a month. We want to write a book by next Friday. We want to save the planet before breakfast. And that's great. But the problem? We forget that every big thing started small. Think about it. The biggest oak tree started as a tiny acorn. The best writer started by scribbling nonsense. The best athletes started with wobbly knees. So, why do we try to skip the small part? Why do we expect ourselves to go from 0 to hero in one step? It doesn't work like that. And when it doesn't work, we give up. What if you didn't try to change your life overnight? What if you just changed one tiny thing every day? What if you just started doing one push-up every morning? Or you read one page of a book before bed? Sounds too simple? That's the point. Tiny habits don't scare your brain. They don't overwhelm you. They don't make you feel like a failure if you skip a day. They're so small that you can't say no to them. And that's how they sneakily become routine. As James Clear says in Atomic Habits, tiny changes can lead to remarkable results. And it's true. Tiny changes build consistency. Consistency builds identity. And identity is where the magic happens. Let me tell you a story. My friend Mark decided he was going to get fit by going from couch to gym rat in 1 week. He announced it on Facebook, bought fancy trainers, new workout gear, the whole deal. Day 1, Mark goes to the gym. Day 2, goes to the gym. Day 3, I deserve a break. Day 4, maybe tomorrow. Day 5, he's back on the couch. Meanwhile, Sarah, another friend, just promised herself one tiny thing. I'll walk for 5 minutes every morning. 5 minutes. Not an hour. Not a marathon. 5 minutes. Sounds like a joke, right? But 5 became 10. 10 became 15. And in 3 months, she was jogging every morning like a boss. The difference? Mark tried to lift a mountain. Sarah picked up a pebble. Every day. Which approach do you think worked? Here's the secret sauce. Our brains love habits. The brain doesn't care if the habit is good or bad. It just cares about repeating it until it becomes automatic. By starting small, you're making it easy for your brain to say, yep, I can do that. And when you do that tiny thing every day, you're telling yourself, I am this person. I am someone who shows up. That's how tiny habits create a new identity. You don't just lose weight. You become a person who exercises. You don't just read more. You become a reader. And that identity, it's like planting a flag in your brain. Everything starts to revolve around it. So here's your takeaway. Whatever big change you're dreaming of, shrink it down until it's ridiculously small. Too small to fail. Too small to skip. Want to write a book? Try 1 sentence a day. Want to exercise? Try 1 squat every morning. Want to eat better? Try adding 1 piece of fruit a day. The goal is not to overwhelm yourself. The goal is to make a promise so tiny, it feels like cheating. And then, do it. Every single day. until it becomes part of who you are. Remember, you don't have to be a hero to change your life. You just have to be consistent. Tiny habits don't just build routines. They build the person you want to become. So, what's the tiny habit you're going to start today? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to cheer you on. Thanks for watching, and if this was helpful, give it a like. Subscribe for more stories like this. And remember, small steps lead to big places. See you next time.